No one expects the bush, Anno. Yeah.
Hello. So, I don't know if anybody has seen in the Discord a bunch of the changes coming onto the PTB, mainly to do with like a bunch of Dinos subspecies, one being Spino. I did end up switching from water speed subspecies Spino to land speed subspecies. Wow, that is a tongue twister for me to say. But now that they're changing the land speed into health regen, I've had to get my Spino back to adult on land speed, so then I can switch it back to water speed, so then I can then grow it back to adult again. Mate, it's a pain in the ass, but oh well. It's something to do on officials, other than die. Along with, plotting the downfall of every aggressive hats you see in official servers while playing Ramp, because, yeah, you can just be an absolute pain to them. And then, to add insult to injury, just steal every trophy you see, and that you can. And just don't feel bad for the poor juvies who are hopefully waiting for it. But enough of, that tangent or ramble. You all know the score. Different fights, different dinos. This one is hats, and since they're going to be changing hats quite significantly in the future, in other words, they're removing the ability to peck while flying, in which peck was basically, it gives you stamina if you hit it. Instead, if you want to do any actual attacks with hats now, you're going to have to actually be on the ground to do it. The only attack you'll really be able to do in the air is your barrel roll. Along with, pretty significant changes to its flight stamina and all that good stuff as well. Or should I say bad stuff in the PTB, because everyone hates it. But I think that means it would be a good idea to try and learn, or try to see if I can do anything with it on the ground, so I decided to fight a Stego. So my plan is to get good use out of Toughbeak, in letting them hit me first, and then I hit them with a more powerful attack. But because they got the first hit and activated my Toughbeak, I take reduced damage, and then I can just wait for my Toughbeak next time. In that first attempt right there to do an actual attack, like a significant attack, I just forgot which keybind I was using, or which button to hit. But here I'm trying to do what I would usually do on Quetzal to this Stego, which is usually just try to bite it on its tail, or peck it on its tail, should I say. But the only issue here is that this Stego is using traction instead of pivots, so that means that my turning is just worse than theirs. And there, on my second attempt to actually attack, another mistake, I didn't even try to use my precision movement to actually get out of the way after landing a hit. Even though I did let them get the first hit to use my Toughbeak for that reduced damage. And then right here, that's just me being bad. So, you know my game plan. I'm gonna shut up now and let you enjoy this. Oh, sorry, did I say I was gonna shut up? Well, someone interrupted the fight, and, well, thankfully, the Stego got rid of them without really taking much damage. Time to continue. Oh yeah, did I mention that it only takes 6, like, body stabs from hats to kill a stego? So, as usual, fight got interrupted again, and, yeah. What happened right after, from, like, this little interaction, just how they looked at, looked at both of us, is that they felt bad for the stego, because they wanted, they didn't know it was a 1v1, or blah blah blah, and so they charged me afterwards to try and even the playing field on it. And right here, I'm just kind of surprised that the stego helped me. But alas, we both got a charge, and the fight goes on. Now, what ended up happening there was a mess up on my part. I ended up attacking a bit too early, so I ended up getting first hit, which then deactivated my tough beak. And then they pretty much did full damage with that tail swing, instead of taking 75% of the damage off. So, I ran away, they chased, and thankfully, because they're using traction, they have poor stamina regen, and I can just regen stamina with each peck that I land. And that was so damn close. I think Hats has the tools, but it's just difficult and you need a lot of patience. So, here, I just logged on, and, well, my ping was at like 100, so I wanted to log off, right? But you can see that I need some growth, and you see that Kentro has just started sitting, so that just tells me, hey, good chance for a trophy maybe? Hopefully, if it tries to actually fight back, in which it does. And with that, I was actually quite surprised that it didn't just run off in a straight line, which it could have at any time. You don't really get a chance to kill many things with a stego, especially stuff that's fast and that can usually just run away at a moment's notice, like a Kentro. Anybody who's tried to fight Kentros know the pain of actually trying to finish them off. They're always a pain to try and finish off. I don't really think it'll be that way after the nerf come into Kentro. If anything, I think we just won't see that many people actually playing Kentro. Leaving only, the people who actually enjoyed playing Kentro before it was absolutely insane. You know who you are, and I respect it. So, you see this Suko right here. At the time, I kind of just thought this was a friend of the Kentro and they were going to try and get revenge. But I guess they were probably just bored and didn't want to sacrifice their life going to the crater. Instead, they gained the grab ability, and yeah. They just clamped my stego down, just clawing at it for, yeah, free damage pretty much. But thankfully, stego in a forest, you just don't chase a stego through a forest. It just has the advantage. The stego is the Lorax. So, my plan was to go down the river and go through Sharptooth Marsh over into Desolate to try and deliver this trophy so I can get to Adult. But because that Suko is there, and, I'm not going to be able to cross that river anytime soon, I decided to head deeper into Birchwoods, get some food, get some water, and, well, yeah, go the long way around. And the cool thing about traveling around the map all the time, you can kind of just learn where all the little quick paths and really safe spots are to get pretty much anywhere you want. And just like that, back to Adult. And so, after, getting that trophy and getting back to Adult, super happy fun times, I decided to go over to pretty much my favourite spot on the map, which is Hunter's Thicket. Well, I'd say it's my favourite for Stego, just because, hey, look at all of the obstacles, look at all these trees, all this stuff for people to get stuck on, in which my tail can happily swing through. But as you can see over there, by the berry bush, there seems to be a group, and, yeah, I'm just gonna walk away. Sadly, not without getting spotted by a Picno which started making a bunch of noise, in which then got the group's attention. He was, kind of like my guess after this that the Picno was not with the group over there, mainly just because they were running away from, well, yeah, a Sarah from that group. They did come up to me, acting a little strange, just staring at me. I just assumed that they were waiting for the rest of the group to come over, so there's only one thing to do at that point, and that's just get away. So here I actually found a little bit strange. They ended up teabagging at me as if, hey, I'm friendly. But they're still alive, right? With, basically I can hear the entire group running on their way here as well. So this Picno has pretty much just led them here. And after that, why would I trust them? They just won't stop following me, and just pretty much just giving away my position, and yeah, that's pretty much why I'm gonna smack him in the face. Thankfully, I am in a forest, so it's a good place to be safe from a lot of charging dinos. But here comes the fun part. Actually trying to defend myself in a forest on Stego. I cannot remember the last time I actually had, like, a good forest fight in terms of, like, just an advantage in the environment. Because, hey, all the trees, they limit the direction and the movement of whatever is trying to attack you. All the obstacles, while your tail can just swing on through, no problem. Sadly, though, there is one thing I did not account for. And that one thing was Bone Break. I don't even know how they landed that. On my screen, personally, it looked like it hit my tail. But then again, I'm on an NA server because I don't like EU servers. And I'm running at like 100 ping, so it's probably just that being the case. Either way, I'm stuck in one spot with my only option being able to spin and swing. Because, hey, I can't dodge damage, can I? So... And all these Sarahs, yeah, that thrash ability, it's been quite a pain in the ass for a while. Just because, when was the last time you've actually seen a Sarah that doesn't just run up to you and spam thrash, while also just, yeah, it's a very cookie-cutter build for Sarah right now. A lot of people are just running Armor Tail and Thrash and just going nuts with it. And it works. It works extremely well. But either way, that was a much more enjoyable fight, or, you know, attempt. And I even got one of the Sarahs. Hey, cool. It wasn't just, you know, a bunch of slow-down dinos, you know, trying to stall me and keep me in one place while an Apex comes to just, you know, stand on top of me and just bite to win the fight. Yeah, that was a much more fun fight. GG to the group. Now, here is something I have not played in a good while. Anno. So, we are on Juniper, so that means that we don't have AoE. But if you are looking at my abilities right there, you're gonna see that doesn't really matter. My goal with Anno is not to kill. My goal with Anno is to make it as boring for them as they make it for me by only ever playing Apexes. So, a little while ago, in a couple of videos back, I ended up having like this 1v1 with this Allo player called Aaron. And, well, yeah, they're just really, really good. They're just a really good player. And, well, as you can see, the situation they've gotten themselves into right here. This is way overkill, just for one Allo, personally, so I thought, hey, why not just keep them all just bone broken? Give him a chance to actually, you know, do something. This clip, to me, is also like a showcase, I guess, of how oppressive or unfair Bone Break can be. So, yeah, I'm gonna shut up and let you enjoy this little circus act. So it seems that, you know, making it so that large targets can't try to evade or, you know, move, it seems pretty effective. Who would have thought? But it seems that that's the end of the video. To those who have been watching, I hope you all enjoyed, and I hope you all have a lovely day. Bye!